Sarah, you forget to turn your mic on.
Oh, I just was apologizing for rushing out because someone was at the door.
Okay.
And I was just saying, anyway, it's good practice for you and helpful for everyone. So,
Yes, it was.
Anumodana for that.
Yep.
Yes, hello, Anne and
Hi, Sarah.
and those without their video
You.
on.
Hi,
Hello.
Anne. How are you? สวัสดีค่ะ
I'm
คุณ
well,
นพ
thank
ดลสวัสดีทุกคนค่ะ
Let's just see if Ajahn is here now. Ajahn, are you here now?
Yes สวัสดีค่ะ everyone
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
Ajahn
สวัสดีครับท่านอาจารย์
ส
ส
วั
วั
ส
ส
ดี
ดีค
ค่ะ
รับ
ท่านอาจารย์ค่ะ
ค่ะท่านอาจารย์ค่ะ And I don't know whether, I can't remember if it was the last time, but I have just a note to remind you that there was a discussion about contemplating what is taken for the self, and we said that we would continue the discussion. I don't know if that rings a bell to you.
Doesn't ring a bell, but it sounds like a good discussion. Jonathan,
Would you like go ahead?
Jonathan had a good post on the website about various beliefs.
You mean the one about wrong view?
Yes,
Instances of the recent one?
yes,
Yes.
yes, that was interesting. That was good. Yeah. It's so
So not every moment of when there's no awareness and understanding is wrong
is
view.
wrong view. That's right. Yeah, just ignorance.
Just ignorance, attachment, whatever.
Yes, yes. And I guess more understanding there is, the more recognition, not at a direct understanding level, but with more and more understanding, one will get, I guess it's, you get closer to understanding and knowing when right view, when right view and not self is arising. And I realize that right view is more than just not self.
And that's for what is taken for atta, what is taken for self, actually is any khandha, any
Right.
visible object, any
Mhm,
sound, any feeling, any
Yeah.
memory,
Memories, yeah.
any sankhara dhamma, any understanding, any kindness, any reality, any citta
Yes,
is
yeah.
taken for atta, for something in one way or another. Without the realities, nothing would be taken for
Or
atta.
self.
But
Yes, and
because
there's
of the
really,
khandhas arising and falling away,
right. And there's
whatever
really
arises
nothing,
and falls,
nothing
nothing that
other
it
than,
cannot be taken for atta.
right. And there's nothing other than khandhas arising and falling away. So yeah, everything. No, the summary of sutta, I don't know what was it, a summary, Jonathan? The 5 categories of ditthi that was in your post. That was very good to bring that out. And Sarah, you just repeated it.
I think there are 10 categories. If in
Maybe.
there were 3 sections in the message because it referred to clinging to wrong view, and that's given as a tenfold kind of wrong view.
Yes, that.
Yeah. Clinging to wrong view about the practice. And,
Yes.
And that had a couple of points, 2 or 3 points to it.
It did,
and the third one was clinging to idea of self. And that's the one that involves the khandhas.
Yes,
it's called
yes. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me.
All kinds of wrong view in relation to each of the 5 khandhas.
Mhm.
So you mentioned right view and wrong view. Right view is right understanding,
Yes,
which
yes,
means a right understanding of the way things are in reality.
right.
Wrong view is a wrong understanding of the way things are in reality. But it seems to me, it implies that there is some view at that moment of the way things are in reality.
Yes. Can you elaborate on that?
rather than just a fleeting thought, for example.
Oh, that's not, no. What do you mean rather than just thinking about it? Thinking about,
Rather than just a fleeting thought, I said. So when one is now having this conversation, we are looking at a monitor, we are seeing images on the monitor. There may or may not be any notion of the reality of the situation. So there may not be right view or wrong view.
okay. That's right. It's not an either or situation.
It's not an either or situation. So there are moments when it's neither one nor the
yes,
other.
yes. And likely
Uh,
ignorance, unless of course it is understanding. There
yeah.
is understanding. Yeah.
So I think the task is to get to know the characteristic of wrong view, rather than just to think about a situation
Oh,
or
for sure.
a way of thinking. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Yes, and I know I raised that by saying, I think the only thing the way of thinking is helpful is that it could condition. When there's more understanding, it can condition even more. It could, because sometimes the considering is thinking, right?
The considering is thinking, yes.
Right, right, and that's a condition for the development of understanding.
Reflecting on, yes, what has been heard of the Dhamma.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, yes, yes. So
Is a condition for the arising of understanding.
yes, yes, and I think that's what I was referring to. You always word these things better than I do.
Gillian, is that a look of recognition or bewilderment?
I think it's just amusement.
Right.
I just thought I was just amused. Thank you. I just thought, oh, right. It's good. Thank you. No, I appreciated that little interchange there. But it is just the present moment, isn't it? And it's thinking,
Yes.
it's doing, it's everything, but whether it's wisdom, yeah. I'm not sure if it even matters. Well, I'll just throw
Correct.
that at you, John.
Yeah, no, I agree entirely, because if it mattered, then one would think that one was not doing the right thing or something, but everything is conditioned. So wisdom can only arise when the circumstances or conditions for its arising are appropriate for that individual. And so there's no point in thinking there should be more of it when, or there should be some when there's so far none or something like that. But we understand that there are factors that contribute to the arising of wisdom. And these include um, hearing about the Dhamma from others who share one's interest in understanding the true meaning of the Buddha's teaching, So analyzing carefully considering what he said and what he might have meant by that. So that's the purpose of our meetings, really. And it's not done with the idea that it brings an immediate benefit or result, but just that it's a long road, and the benefit of that consideration and discussion will come in due course. It's different from a practice, which is something done deliberately in order to encourage or facilitate the arising of wholesome mental states. So that's not something the Buddha taught, to our understanding.
And that one can be a hard one to let go of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's how our daily life is. We're so caught up. I'm not going to say there is so much of that kind of thing happening in daily life. That's how we've learned. That's how we've been brought up. So it takes a lot of listening and considering, Jilly. And the first I found anyway, when it takes a while to stop thinking about how do I do, how this, how that. How does one develop? How does one accomplish some stages or states of understanding it? And once that is no longer, once there ceases to be interest in asking about these practical things to do, because really the only way is listening and considering, listening to the true Dhamma, and considering what has been heard, and understanding works its way. I'm not even going to say step by step. I suppose step by step, yeah. And
little by little.
That's right. Illinois. Yeah, little by little.
Illinois.
Thank you. Yeah, so it's
and sometimes unknowingly, unknown to the
oh
individual.
yes, and with more understanding, I think there's more knowing of it. There's more recognition of how subtle it can be, the how to and the trying to, the impatience, the wanting to do something to make it happen, to make understanding, and we just can't. It's a hindrance to it, actually. You were shaking your head at some point, Jonathan. Not sure.
No, I wasn't.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
I wasn't. Yeah. I might have been signaling to Sarah to turn the fan on, that was all.
Oh, okay.
Sign
I'm more
language.
interested in the heat.
Yes, and I think your points are good. And as soon as one sets any rules, it's so subtle. One
Yeah.
goes wrong again. Like
Yes.
yesterday in one discussion, someone mentioned always eating the same kind of food, and someone else thought this was a sign of panya, not to be interested in other foods and to eat the same one. But this is not a sign of panya. It's just
No.
a different kind of clinging. And
Yes.
John gave an example last time of if we think that we should not wear nice clothes or should not eat delicious food. One could say, or one thinks one shouldn't go to the cinema or shouldn't enjoy the swim, then this is wrong understanding, because it's I that is trying to change what has already been conditioned I
Yes.
that thinks the attachment should be something different and tries to stop the attachment, for example.
Mhm.
So we can see that wrong view comes in very easily.
Very
The
easily.
idea, oh, I shouldn't eat that food because too much lobha arises. It's wrong understanding.
Yeah.
Or I shouldn't wear bright colors, or
Yeah.
yes, go out with my friends for some
Right.
fun. Which is
And it's
all examples of wrong understanding, not
and it's
understanding what is conditioned here and now at this moment.
right. Yeah, it's definitely not thinking about or considering the present moment at all. It's stories.
Stories about situations instead of
Mhm.
just understanding, seeing now, no matter in the
Mhm.
restaurant with the tasty food, or at home with the bland food, or in the forest, or in the marketplace,
Mhm.
shopping or opening the Dhamma book. Seeing is just seeing, hearing is hearing. So that's why it is each khandha that is taken for atta, or something, when there's not understanding, any time, any place.
Yes, I can see that. It's
Shall we see
interesting
if
because we're led around like, like we're sort of kind of led around by the nose with the idea of I all the time. I this, I that. That's how we live our daily lives. And always have. And it will take a lot of understanding for that to very slowly, little by little, um,
and as we
let go
stressed
of that.
last Yes, and
Pardon?
as we stressed last time, many people will have different ideas, but what's important is, what did the Buddha teach? He talked about the understanding of khandhas, the understanding of dharmas now, no
Right.
matter its great attachment or its kindness or understanding, they're all just different conditioned dharmas
Yeah.
of no significance, each one arisen and gone instantly.
Mhm.
So if there's any idea of trying to change what is conditioned, it's quite useless and the wrong way.
Yes. Yes, for sure. Life is a thread of oh, I can't think of the word. Of dhammas, of fleeting dhammas.
That sounds right. Sounds like the right words.
They don't come so easily these days. Right.
You're doing well, doing fine.
Thanks.
Let's see
And
if Jan would like to add anything to any of these topics, shall we? And sorry, were you about to add something more, Anne? You carry on.
I think it slipped away. Oh, I know. I've found the discussions about oh God, Satya Parami. There were discussions yesterday, both in the morning session and the afternoon session. And I think I found that very good, elaborating on it. It really does. It just made it so much more real. Not
And
a story at all. But the confidence in truth. Just one can sort of know the truth, but not have much confidence in it. And little by little, it builds, and it's yeah, I don't know, it was just done in a way in a different form, I'm not going to say different language, but looking at it from different angles in those discussions was very, very, very helpful, because it's right next
it's
to
now.
Punya in importance. That's right.
Yes. And it
Yeah,
has to be
that's right.
now. The understanding of the truth of what life really is at this
Yeah,
moment.
that's
And
right.
that's the only way that the
Yeah.
confidence in
Mhm.
dharmas as anatta can develop,
Right.
by
Yes.
understanding
Yeah.
what
The truth
life
of
is right
now.
now.
Yeah. Yeah, the truth of now. What life is now. Anyway, those were very useful discussions. Very.
Great that you were able to listen, Anne, to them too, and other
Yes.
people too.
Yes. Well, I've now got a Friday evening routine. The morning discussion is a perfect time for me. Sorry. Somebody will answer that, but okay. I don't need to. Something we need to talk to, someone we need to talk to, but Glenn's got it, so it's okay. Anyway, yes, so the Saturday morning discussions are very good too. Very good.
Lots of good topics and good comments. And let's see if Ajahn now would like to add anything further to any of these topics. Ajahn?
Yes. Is it now firm, Satya Barami, of what is the point of living now, anytime?
To understand.
Yes, because to understand that each word about the truth is so true, that it can be realized, but not with ignorance or no understanding at all of what is there. So what is there now? If there's no understanding of the nature of that which is there, can there be understanding of any kind of reality?
No.
When there's no understanding of this, that's why we keep on talking about seeing little by little about what are there together, that they do not appear, but is there. Otherwise, the idea of something is there. Nothing can get less at all when there's no understanding. Wrong understanding is there, taking it for something. So the point is understanding the ultimate truth. It's just a reality appearing only that moment, in that very moment. But for the other moment, unknown. That's why even see is there. Buddha taught about what are there too, like different mental practice, conditions seeing to arise without the conditions of each reality as Cetasika. Seeing cannot arise at all, not by itself. That's why talking about what is there together with the seeing can condition a little more, letting go. That seeing cannot arise without those reality arising together. But in a day, no thought about it. That's why Buddha taught about the factor of seeing one by one to learn what are there each moment of experiencing an object, a little more understanding of the truth firmly, not just by word or in words. Reciting how many Cetasikas arise with seeing is useless, but learn to understand Satya Barami of that particular reality as it's only a reality different from seeing, different from other Cetasikas. This is the way to let go the idea of self or something there. Otherwise, it's there when there's no more understanding of what is there in truth. That's why we don't just study about Chitta, we study about Edasika as well, to condition, to have condition Chitta to be sharper and clearer. See, even right now, what about what appears does not appear as it is. Even this anatta is there. That's why listen again, consider again, deeper and deeper, and let go of the idea of something or I or self, little by little. Instantly, when there's understanding, develop on and on and on and on unknowingly, because it's so subtle. For example, right now, we talk about seeing, see, attention is there. And it conditions a little more interest to understand the truth. No one can make it arise, but any moment of understanding about the truth, what is there, it conditions understanding, which is the only reality which can let go ignorance, attachment, and all kind of akusla. That's why we learn about the truth, the ultimate truth of this moment, little by little, not just in word and recite the word, but to understand the truth of what is there, not just only citta, but whatever is there can be studied to let go ignorance and attachment. See, not enough understanding because ignorance and the akusala realities have been accumulated on and on and on until even right now, after hearing, after considering what is there. Because what is there in life does not really show up at all. Only some, for example, right now, seeing, and that is a sin. And when we talk about seeing, what condition it to arise? It can be known to gradually letting go the clinging and ignorance of seeing. So very slight, unknown. So life is full of ignorance and attachment accumulated from long time ago, and even this life. That's all. There can be a little more understanding, clearer and clearer of what is there right now, little by little. Not just only one reality. That's why learn more, listen more, consider more. That is the moment, the only way to clear or to clean or to get less of akusala. All are conditions of this moment. That's why each moment is different by conditions. And the word about the truth is so very subtle. It has to be considered so carefully because the reality, no matter citta or cittasitas, they are so subtle, very close, but they are different. For example, chanda and loba, see, consider it. Otherwise, it's just a word. And when it's not there, no one can know it at all because it does not show up. But when whatever is there, right understanding can begin to attain, to develop, to be aware of the truth little by little. Unknowingly, naturally, that is the way understanding permanent satchabani of anatta. No one. That's right. Careful considering, or in Pali term, yoniso manasikara, is the condition for understanding, to understand what is there. Each moment is quite different, but it seems like they are there complex, no understanding what is what at all. What is what is I, or something, see, until what is clearly known, little by little. That's why the noble truth, the Arya Satya, the first round, intellectual understanding is so very important. If it's not strong enough, the idea of self all day. But sometimes very, very little, not much at all. There can be condition of thinking about what is heard. And that's why people sort mon, chant, but they don't know the point of chanting and what is the real moment of chanting, not just recite the word, but the understanding which has been heard. It can be anything, but we follow the word. It has to be this sutta or it has to be that words, but in truth, any word by conditions. And this is the way to let go whatever is there. So it does mean that what people they say chanting is the word in the Tripitaka. Because the word in the Tripitaka, it means just remember the word and consider it with understanding. Otherwise, today we talk about many, many things, not about reality. But what about that has been heard some moment, some day, some year? That's why the point of life has to be Satya, Parami, confidence of the truth. And the truth is now. It's time to talk about the truth in order to have more understanding of what is heard or what has been read or what will be read anytime. They're all dhammas, conditioned dhamma in life, whether it's known or whether it's not known. No one can change Satya Parami. That's why all kinds of Parami is so very helpful. Because without any Satya, how can there be the moment of understanding, the very, very precious of understanding of this moment? But no one can do anything because in truth, there's no one. There are only different realities taken for I or something. That's why learning, understanding more of that which is taken for something or I, atta, has to be carefully considered again and again and again to realize how much understanding of what is there, no matter what, today, in life, every day. No one can make it to be beginning or by conditions, here and now, gradually, condition, moment of understanding, considering, or thinking about the truth of what is there as has been heard. That is the way, the very profound, very subtle path. So it is Ariya Satya, the fourth Ariya Satya, the true path. Satya Bharani, any moment of understanding the truth with other Bharani as Virya Bharani, it's there. So what is Virya? It's a reality. It experiences the object by its nature, not to be discouraged. To develop understanding, what is heard is not enough understood because it's not close to the reality right then, but it knows what and when it arises. Each moment of citta or of citta, it has to be known. That's because reality is subtle. That's why we learn about one reality, one citta, one cittasika at a time. To learn more, to let go the idea self at moment of having effort to do something and having ignorance of taking what is there as something, titi, and so on. So many realities. That's why even just one reality is so very deep and subtle. Is that Chetana now? See, what is it? When does it arise? When it's known, it gradually letting go of the idea of at moment of trying to do something, having attention at any time, because understanding is there. Condition what is there by conditions gradually. For example, touching all day. What is it? Hardness is not that which touch. And at moment of touching, the hardness, what are there together with that which touch? See, a little more understanding only can let go the very, very enormous avijja, ignorance of everything in life. Little by little, to understand, to have structure of each level of understanding, even intellectual understanding. If it don't talk about what is there at all, it just talk about that with the idea of I or something or someone. So this is the meaning of studying to understand the truth of what is there appearing by conditions. And what about conditions? Long, long time ago, years and years, each moment, condition the other one, added more attachment, aversion, or other kind of akusla. What can be known is not the other's behavior, but it's now what is taken for I has to be known. What really are there in speculations arising and falling away? Nothing is left. We think that when we die, nothing can be experienced anymore after death. But even right now, it's gone, just like death, never to return. And when there is the understanding of the purpose of studying, there can be a moment of letting go, clinging to life, enjoy it, no matter if it's so joyful or anything, no interest in understanding what is there in life. So the truth is that all kinds of realities are conditioned from moment to moment, on and on and on, deeper and deeper, to be next moment, unknown what kind it will be at all. But it's there now, little by little, it shows up what is accumulated in life to be anger or kindness or compassion. See, all Dhammas learn little by little about each Dhamma. Just say, seeing is not I, is not enough. Until that is more understanding developed little by little. Right now, who knows? It works its way. No one. And what are there in a moment, different moment, taught by the Buddha to have more structure of the truth, virya, to understand the word is heard about different reality by different way because they are different by different degrees, even one reality. By way of asava, it's not known. By way of nivarana, even it's there without right understanding, it cannot be known. That's why people try to have the problem solved, but not with ignorance and understanding, because no understanding of what is there at all. But the understanding, whatever is there, so very short, just arise and falls away instantly. No matter it's hardness now, seeing now, hearing now, attention now, awareness now, no matter what, it's known little by little, unexpectedly. That's the structure by me of anatta. That's why Buddha taught for 45 years about everything. Different levels of panya, from intellectual understanding to the moment of realizing the truth. Realizing the truth. Different name for different level of panya, because they cannot be the same at all. Intellectual understanding cannot be direct understanding of hardness now, seeing now, lacking now. See, all are taught by the Enlightenment for 45 years. Each word is so true because he realized the Four Noble Truths. Dhamma is Dhamma, but depends on right understanding how much about this very Dhamma which appears. Be patient, Khanti Parami, Viriya Parami, Nekkhamma Parami, Adhidana Parami, even Metta Parami. And Upekha Parami. See? And what are they now? Without understanding what Buddha taught, how can it be known? Each moment is not I, it's only different realities. Metta, what is it? Not the word. Be friendly at that moment, understanding no one, only all dhammas, different dhammas, conditioned to arise and fall away. It has to develop until it let go the misunderstanding of that which is taken for. That's the one I hate. No, all are different realities at different moments only. So what reality is now, this moment, see, depend on whether it's known or not known by conditions. That's why this life, by conditions, depending on conditions, you'll be attached of condition to be understanding the truth. All depends on conditions.
Thank you, Ajahn. It's always, each time we listen, it's wonderful. I can see it's the only way is to listen and consider, and every time I have the good opportunity of listening, it's always good food for consideration.
Kusala Citta and Cetasika, having such understanding, so true.
Alberta, we haven't heard from you for a while. I'm wondering if you have any topics you would like to bring up or any questions for Ajahn or any comments?
Just really glad when I listen to Ajahn, it just makes me feel good. Yeah, but even when Ajahn is speaking, it's not easy to, not always the right moment to feel better and feel a little bit more understanding of what is going on in the chitta and still maybe still even when listening it's still like being carried over with the wrong idea of the which the Chaitasikas conditions, even not enough explanation for having the right direct understanding of the present moment, even if it's so even if it's only intellectual understanding, is so valuable, so precious.
When we were last having a discussion in person, which I think was in Hanoi, you mentioned situations that take one away from the Dhamma. Do you have any further comments or thoughts on that?
Any situation which is not about the truth is taking away from the truth, I think. I mean,
Could you give an example of what you mean?
Yeah, like talking about situation, it's itself a situation. It's maybe like now. Like now discussing about the situation which was in Hanoi, and because I think it requires to have a picture of the place, of the people, of the situation, and that's a difficult. At that time, it's like forgetting about the present moment, the truth of the truth of the teachings. Yeah, it's yeah, maybe it sounds a bit like unconventional. Probably it is.
Would you agree, though, that for the person who has developed understanding to a high degree, that the situation becomes that person, the understanding arises in any situation in daily life, not just in situations that we might consider to be conducive to the arising of understanding? For example, in the Satipatthana Sutta, it mentions the monk going about his daily activities, wearing the robes and going to the toilet and bathing and etc.
Yeah, but that's the word. But the reality is not the toilets. It's not the person going to the toilets. The words just
Correct.
pointing you to the reality. But when we hear the words someone going to the toilets, we picture someone going to the toilets. But that's not the reality of someone going into the toilets, I think.
And that's why it can't be the situation that takes one away from the truth, because there is no situation, there is no someone going to the toilet. So conventionally, we talk about someone going to the toilet or someone getting dressed, but reality, seeing, hearing, thinking are just the same, no matter getting dressed, going to the bathroom or now. So that's why the more understanding develops, the more confidence it is to understand what is true, what is real at this moment, no matter the circumstances, no matter the conventional story. It always has to be now, like the example Jan gave about wearing fancy clothes or eating delicious food. Still just seeing, hearing, attachment, just like now, just like going to the bathroom anytime, anywhere. So understanding conditions, more confidence. Satya parami leads to more confidence. This moment, however it is conditioned, whenever, wherever, is the way. And if one starts thinking about avoiding this situation or going to this situation, then one forgets about Kanda at this moment, Dhamma at this moment.
Yeah, I wonder if Jonathan was when he said talking about the situation. Yeah, it's, as you said, it's like the difference is believing the situation as taking it for real. Yeah.
I think he's just picking up on your wording about any situation taking one away from the truth, or the idea that one shouldn't go shopping or going to the movie, or takes one away from the truth. Because, like we all agree, there is no situation. There are just dhammas that are conditioned and fall away anytime. But maybe Jonathan has more to add.
Yeah. So when thinking about the situation, that's what I thinking about the situation.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, like when thinking about a situation, any situation, cannot be the moment of understanding anything, because there is thinking about a situation, the situation. But
well, there's always realities arising that can be the object of awareness and understanding, if there are conditions for awareness and understanding to arise. So those conditions are what we're talking about. So those conditions, or factors, have to be present in order for awareness and understanding to arise. But the question is whether those conditions or factors are dependent on the conventional situation.
there is no conventional situation anyway. So we're talking.
Yes, because so whether thinking about shopping or thinking about seeing or thinking about hearing, thinking is real. Thinking can be understood. Attachment to shopping, attachment to seeing, even attachment to listening to Ajahn, so common. It's just different dhammas arising and falling away to be understood here and now. And this was the point of the reminder that I repeated from Ajahn, that as soon as there's the idea of a different time, a different place, I should do this, I should do that, it's like trying to change what is conditioned. It's I again. So if there's the idea that there shouldn't be thinking about shopping, or there shouldn't be thinking about delicious food, it's not understanding of loba now or thinking now, which is conditioned already.
May I join this actively?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh my gosh, I hope I can remember what I wanted to say. the, you know, thinking about situations is conditioned as well. It's not sort of outside the parameters of what is conditioned. So there are conditions for wondering about situations and whether situations are more conducive to understanding or not. And one of those conditions is ignorance, I should think. But we can never step outside of conditions. Everything is conditioned. It's just I don't know whether I'm making myself clear. No, Sarah says.
Yes,
Oh,
right now.
yeah,
Yes, I agree.
exactly.
Like thinking now, what shall I wear when I go out later
Right.
today? Or what shall I eat when I go to the restaurant? Or, oh, maybe I need to go to the bathroom.
Right.
It's just daily life. So
Right.
it's never a matter of not thinking about situations,
That's
but
right. They're
understanding
there.
the thinking now, the attachment now,
That's
whatever
right.
is conditioned now.
So you look at
Otherwise, one's trying to change what is conditioned and
right.
going wrong. This came up, I think Jonathan mentioned it because of a discussion in Hanoi about, some idea that it's not right to go shopping or one shouldn't go to
Oh,
the
right.
movies or shouldn't, but it's just daily life. Like we have to go shopping every day to eat, and it's just daily life. If one thinks that that is less about Dharma than now or some other time, it means it's not understanding the realities.
Right.
It's taking the situation for being the realities,
For being something.
for being something, taking what is seen, what is heard, the thinking itself
Mhm.
for atta. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
But Alberto may not agree.
No, I agree 100%, 100%. Yeah, because as you said, we must go shopping, we must have to go to work and everything. But by condition, it seems like um, there is a job, there is a shop, there is uh, the food.
It seems like that. It seems there's a shop. It
Yeah,
seems there's food. It seems there's a Dharma discussion. It seems there is an Ajahn Suchin that we listen to, all because of ignorance and not understanding the truth about different Dharmas.
Can be understood anytime. There's no
Any time at all. And
right.
the test is not whether one just feels happy or feels better when listening, but is there any understanding of the truth now? Because some people say they feel happy, they feel better when they eat a delicious food. We might say, oh, I feel happy when I listen to a discussion, but the test is not just whether I feel happy and feel better, because that can be lobha and usually is lobha mixed up with moments of understanding. But what about the understanding at this moment? That's the real test. And I was just before the discussion started, and friends mentioned about the blessing when going to Phuket and the celebrations. And I'm sure there were lots and lots of wonderful gifts. And I'm sure Ajahn reminded everyone that the best gift of all is the understanding of Dharma. The greatest way to show respect to the Buddha or anyone who shares the Dharma with us is the understanding here and now.
And Alberto, you said it seems there is a shop, for example. I don't know if you're suggesting that this is indicative of wrong view, but I don't think it has to be. If asked, we would all know that the shop is a manufactured item, just like the computer or the table. It's constructed out of various parts. there's no intrinsic element of sharpness to it. It lasts as long as it lasts, and then it crumbles into dust eventually. So that there isn't necessarily a view that there's some existence apart from that manufactured presence. So this is getting on to the question of that right view, wrong view, or neither that we were discussing earlier.
Yeah, it's doesn't matter if it is wrong view or not wrong view, because it's there anyway, for sure.
And
No
even
matter
if there
what.
is wrong view, that doesn't mean that there can't be the development of understanding of realities that are now appearing. So there's no need to think that we have to eradicate wrong view or to stop it, somehow to stop it, but just as the Buddha said, encourage his listeners to develop the understanding of what is appearing at the present moment.
I remember Ajahn saying once that I think she said something like, if we don't understand the reality, cannot become less. Talking about the akusala, and this is includes wrong view. It has to be known as a reality.
Yes. Well, but it can't be chosen as the object of awareness and understanding. But awareness and understanding, when developed, will take different objects, different realities as object from time to time. And that can't be chosen or directed or focused or induced by our theoretical study of the Dhamma. Depends on accumulated.
Wrong view is the first that has to be eradicated.
Well, what significance do you attach to that? Because I'm not aware the Buddha said that in order to eradicate unwholesome tendencies, they need to be known directly. I think he just encouraged the development of understanding of any reality, and it's that understanding that eventually eradicates the latent tendencies. Not specifically understanding of the kilesas that get eradicated at the various stages of enlightenment. As far as I know.
If it's the first that needs to be eradicated, it is the first that needs to decrease, be made like
I wonder if needs is the right word there. It's the first to be eradicated by conditions. When I think of needs, I think of somebody needing, something needing. Does it, by by conditions, it's the first that is eradicated. But
And that's because what is being developed is right view.
right, correct. It's
And
interesting.
all kinds of dharmas have to be understood. So not just wrong view, but seeing now, hearing now, what is seen, what is heard, all kinds of realities over and over again. Otherwise, if there's any idea of one particular reality, then of course that's self again,
I think
focusing on a particular reality.
the emphasis in the Buddha's teaching is on understanding the three characteristics. And these are common to all conditioned dhammas. And I think it's the understanding of those characteristics that eventually leads to the eradication in due order of the different kilesas. So he doesn't particularly emphasize just understanding the individual nature, say this is wrong view, this is dosa, this is attachment, this is hardness, but is seeing those realities as anicca, dukkha, anatta is the kind of understanding that is going to bring the development of the path.
Also, about the decreasing of wrong view. Also, I think also pariyatti is it starts from pariyatti, decreasing the wrong view of the self. So that's a condition we need to
by understanding different dhammas as they are, by understanding seeing now as just the dhamma which sees. This is the way that there is less wrong view about the nature of seeing, by understanding sound as just that which is heard now, without understanding different realities, all kinds of namas and rupas. There cannot be the lessening of wrong view. If attachment is taken for mine or something to avoid, there cannot be any lessening of wrong understanding of the nature of attachment. So it has to be understood as it is, as a Dhamma, which is gone instantly. That doesn't belong to me or you or anyone. So this is why we have to talk so much about different realities in order for the wrong view about atta to gradually wear away. If we just focus on trying not to have wrong view or thinking this is the focus without understanding the different dhammas, then it's not the understanding of what appears now, what is conditioned now. Let's see if we've been discussing for quite a long time, lots of different comments. Let's see if Ajahn would like to add some comments to the discussion.
Yes, please, Ajahn. Thank you.
So, what's the way to have such moment that we have said? See, a little more understanding, little by little, about the truth of what is there right now. But it's quite very difficult, beyond expectation, understand the reality which is now appearing. It's the word of truth, of that degree of understanding. But how can it be like that? See, now we hear about seeing and we talk about moment when seeing is experienced as it is, not anything else, just only seeing. That's the truth. But the way, the moment to be such is not now. That's why from now on, what's the way? Listen carefully to understand the nature of what is there, little by little. For example, even seeing now, how much understanding of what level? Intellectual level, but not yet direct understanding of only seeing as that which experiences an object. See, we can say this word again and again and again, but the development of right understanding to let go of the idea of self, is it clear now that each moment of understanding the truth, Satya Bharami, is so true, and how little understanding of it, or none at all today, no thought about it, or there can be some moment thinking about it, but is it that as it is? Not yet direct understanding with awareness and understanding the nature of that from hearing develop little by little before it can be realized as it's just no one. It's only that which is there and gone. Arising and falling away is not a term we just say, but it's moment when there is awareness of a reality by conditions, no selection at all. And the first moment, second, and more than that, not enough at all to let go, thinking about it or what is that and what can be conditioned to appear. That's why it has to be very, very sincerely understanding the truth, how much understanding of it. We know it can be the moment of realize the truth of one reality, so that reality appears well to understanding a little more, until the truth arising and falling away appear. But it's not just the word. There must be the way to attain that stage of understanding. So now, who knows? It's now, little by little, so very little, it's there. Get closer and closer to the seeing, to understand only seeing at the moment when seeing is there. No other thing is there, because only seeing is studied little by little. When there is awareness of the characteristic of that, there must be understanding what is awareness, whether it's this level of awareness or not level of awareness yet, but it's the beginning to understand even awareness at that moment, it's conditioned. It's not anyone, it's not I. That's why the understanding of truth must develop gradually at moment of hearing, considering, reading and considering just about the truth of the reality, not only the word. Like the path, Riyamaka, 8 factors and so on. What about each factor? Is it known in a day to understand that it's there when it experiences the object with direct awareness of one reality at a time? That's why just learning to understand the truth. The past is so very subtle, so long, but it's so true. So it has to be firm confidence, Satya Bharami, and Adidana Bharami, so firm about the truth. And Viriya Bharami. That's why in the day we read and we discuss on Dhamma to have a little more understanding. And it works its way, a little more understanding of the truth. That's why we don't forget to understand the truth of what we said each reality about each reality. For example, Viriya, see, who knows the nature of it, what chitta it arises with by condition, what chitta it doesn't arise at all. See, to learn to let go ignorance of everything which is there. And we just talk about the word like Virya and Chanda and Adidana and Kanti and so on. But it's each moment in life developed from understanding to be common, natural life, which is there all the time, each day, unknown, until it's known at any moment in life. Understanding it means understanding the anatthaness of that very moment. It's conditioned. That's why very important word. Just understand or be aware with understanding of that which has a reason right now. For example, each word is conditioned already. If it cannot be realized, as we have studied, how can there be the letting go of that moment when it's already a reason to be known, but no thought about it at all? No thought about it. See, each one, each moment, no thought about it. If it's not known as it is, not I or anyone say that at all. It's only a moment of condition. That's why people have different ideas, different interests. That's why learning to understand what is there is accumulated, has been accumulated quite a long time, conditioned, such thinking, such liking, just disliking, when it's there to be known. It's there already now, not known. It's there already now, not known, from moment to moment. That's why before there are conditions for the arising of awareness of that which is there already, until that is there already, it's known little by little, until it's so clear that it's different from other reality, one by one, until only that which arises and falls away by conditions shows up to right understanding of that degree. Because even now, seeing shows up, hearing shows up, it means that it's there appearing, but no understanding of it. But when there is understanding enough, it understands that which has a reason, different from other reality, one by one, until the time to let go and the sharp understanding penetrate the arising and falling away of just one nimitta, of one characteristic, one reality. And now it's the development of understanding, little by little, to reach that degree. Without understanding of letting go right now, it's impossible to condition moment of letting go of ignorance and attachment, because there is clear understanding of what appears. Little by little, that's the only way, which is Jira Kala Bhavana. Letting go. What is there can be known, but with understanding so firmly at level of intellectual understanding. What can be known is only that which is now arisen. So very true, so very natural, so common, even right now, when there is understanding, no hinders to laugh or to smile or to think or to like, or by conditions. That's why the more understanding of the truth, the more joy of understanding the truth. Is that the teachings of the Buddha? Is there anything wrong with the truth about what he said? See, be truthful to the truth. No one, what appears is by condition. So no thought about trying to do something different from the conditioned reality appearing now by accumulation. To understand the reality which is conditioned is the best moment. to let go, because no one there at all. It's there by conditions instantly, all the time, but it's not known until it's time for it to appear, because panya right then is strong enough. Is that true?
Yes, it's true, Ajahn.
So it's such a parami, adidana parami, so firm. Naturally, because it's there by conditions. Already. That's the moment of getting closer and closer to understand the object which appears clearly and clearly, little by little, to panya, which knows what is what. When there's no understanding of what is what, how can it appear clear? And it conforms with each word of the Buddha's teaching about what is there, and so very subtle. And this is life. And the truth, no one there at all. It has to appear as Buddha enlightened. No one at all, because only one moment of experiencing an object is there. Only one object. And now, how many objects seen? It does not appear as it is. Even within that one moment, but how many things around appearing? It cannot be one moment of whatever is there now appearing in a moment. Not in a moment, so many unknown moments. And this is the way to pay respect to the truth, the ultimate truth, Dhamma. So each moment is so natural. It has happened by conditions. And being aware of that which has already arisen is right now. What is there has a reason. Is that right? Right now. Firm confidence more and more of the word of truth about any reality in life that has to be known as realities. Otherwise, it's I and someone and something, the word of atta, on and on, each life. But the truth is that all moments in life, no matter what life, all are anatta. Is it right understanding about that, which appears as not anything at all, not anyone at all, which were object can be seen only, so no person at that moment to be seen, only which were object only is seen now. Until Panya is strong enough, nothing can hinder the understanding at that moment to realize the truth. Vipassana, stage by stage. Are we on the path now to realize the truth? as is so true, it can be realized. So we can talk about reality, what kind of reality now appearing. Do you have, or anyone, the Viriya Parami? Not the word, but the moment of listening carefully to develop the understanding of no one and no thing at all. Color, only color is there. Only visible object cannot be anyone or anything at all. But we live in the world of Atta, no understanding that what appears as color, many colors, there must be each moment appearing one color only. How fast it is. That's why the truth is hidden when there's no right understanding to begin to understand just one reality at a time. Visible object now is hidden, that it has gone, arises and falls away, but it seems that it's there, never far away, with the idea of the shape and form of someone and something. See? The world of ignorance, the world of clinging, the world of wrong understanding, until hearing about the truth, considered carefully to be truthful to the truth. Is that true? What is seen is only that which can be seen. Different color, only visible object. But it's taken for something all the time because of the succession of the rapidity of the arising and falling away of different moments. And it has to be like this. Nobody can change that rapidity of the arising and falling away of each Dhamma, each moment. What is there seems the same one, but in truth, not at all. See, different world, quite different world. The world of Atta and the world of Anatta. Are we in darkness when there's no understanding of what is there as it is, even it seems bright or light? But it seems like someone, which it cannot be anyone at all. How much ignorance? And Panya is wise enough to understand little by little, truthfully. So very little by little. Before Dhamma be such a Dhamma, different degree of understanding of the truth. So now it's time again. Sawadee ka.
สวัสดีค่ะอาจารย์
สวัสดี